Hello, everyone. You're welcome to the first edition of the uh, Ennova Network webinar series. I'm so delighted to have you here. Um, my name is Temitayo Diadem Adegoke, and with me we have, which one should I say?
My government name.
Or which one is the government name?
My government name is right.
Okay, here with me we have Mr. Olamide Jolaoso, who is also a member of the Ennova tribe, and he's our guest today, and he'll be sharing a lot with us today. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not an expert at things like so just try to, see how we can wing it.
Yeah.
So, okay, can you share with us? Just let us meet you first. Let's tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Olamide Jolaoso, like you said. Um, People that are close to me call me Lamo, or they call me Ferragamo, or you put the two together and call it Lamo Ferragamo. Pick anyone that is your choice.
Wow.
Okay. I've been in financial services industry for this should be the 18th or 19th year. I keep losing count.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Wow.
Currently, for like the past close like a decade, I've been managing data and AI.
Wow.
Even before AI became what
everybody is running around
yes,
now. Before it became the hot cake.
it's the topic of the conversation
Yeah.
anywhere and everywhere.
Everywhere and everywhere. Interesting. Okay, so how did you get into? I mean, how did you get into that? How did you get into data? Did you just decide, or how did you get into that field?
I know definitely I have to write a book about my story one of these days. It's fairly accidental.
Wow,
It was accidental.
interesting.
I was drafted in my former place of work. This was in late 2017. I was just drafted into a team of individuals, and they gave us a mandate that okay, you guys go and figure out how you would use AI to drive things in the organization. No formal training, no background.
Wow.
So that was really like the setting stage for where I started to grow with it. I now decided that okay, this thing I can be good at it, and I just focus on it fully.
Wow. Wow. Interesting. Okay, so in the last, will I say, a year or two now, there's been a huge wave around AI.
Yeah.
Everybody's just saying AI this, AI that. And I remember Y2K,
Yeah.
the years that preceded the Y2K, that was how huge the buzz was.
We all thought the world was going to
People
end.
were doing seminar everywhere to tell people about the Y2K
Yeah.
and what will happen and what will
Y2K
happen.
bug.
Yeah, the Y2K bug. And it was crazy. And interestingly, that was 25 years ago. So here again, we are, we've gone full circle and we are at it again. And it's AI. So what is even this AI? Assume that I'm a market woman
Okay.
who has just been hearing AI, and it just seems like these people have come with their headache again to me. What is AI? Help me understand or demystify what AI is for me.
Okay. The simplest way I can do it is all right. AI just mimics human intelligence. Okay. If you have a machine, and machines can be anything. Machines can be a robot, it can be a computer program, it can be anything. But as long as you are able to get that machine to act and think like a human being, because I always keep saying each time I have the opportunity to speak about AI, the key word in AI is the intelligence part of it. Human beings are created intelligent. We're all intelligent people. Okay, we can think, we can reason, we that's why we have brains anyway. But when you are not able to use machines to now do what humans can do faster, better, and at a very, very huge scale, then you are now inside the realms of artificial intelligence, meaning that you are augmenting the natural intelligence that human beings would have. A clear case is that and if we're going to do a research paper for now, let's say we were in school
Yeah.
and they gave us maybe a research paper,
Yeah.
we'll probably go to the library,
Yeah.
check books,
Yeah.
and get references, get points. We'll do brain work.
Read other journals.
But a machine that has that knowledge will do it faster. And that means the intelligence needed is heightened. It is more than what one regular human being can do. So it's just being able to use machines to do what humans can do faster, better, and in some instances much more accurate.
So are you saying that AI is better than the human intelligence? Is that what we are saying? You're saying the artificial intelligence is better than
That's a tricky one. In some instances,
Okay.
I'll say yes.
Hmm.
Okay, because let me try and look for a particular use case that I did recently. Okay, let's say for instance now you're trying to figure out maybe what to wear to a conference.
Okay.
Okay, all right, and then you're also trying to figure out the weather in that particular area.
Okay.
Okay, you probably carry your phone, probably call your contact in that conference,
Yeah.
go to their website,
Yeah.
check is there a dress code and
Yeah.
everything. They are going to do a bit of work. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you also want to check the weather wherever
Yeah.
the conference
Yeah.
is. Let's
Yeah.
say the conference is in Abuja, for
Or ask
example, now.
anybody that
Or ask
gone
somebody.
before the
So that
conference.
might take you, let's say, give or take maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour to get that done. But today, all you need is a prompt. Alright, the ChatGPTs, the Google Geminis and the likes, just ask it, okay, what do I wear for this particular conference? Tell me what I need to do to prepare. ChatGPT will give you that in probably like 30 seconds or the likes. That's that it might not be necessarily better, alright, because I like to tell people that AI is connected to mathematics because it's all about probabilities. I'm sure a lot of it you see that a lot of these AI tools will tell you that, oh, it can make mistakes and everything because you're just trying to gauge something, but they are fairly accurate. So it's a balance really. And even though AI can do some things better, as human beings, you still don't need to switch off your own intelligence. You need to, when you apply your own intelligence to it, it just gets better.
Okay, so how can I? So from what you're saying now, it could be better,
Yeah.
and it might not be better.
So that we don't confuse people.
Yes. So I mean, so what will we say if comparing artificial intelligence to natural innate intelligence?
Okay.
So how would you compare in terms of capacity? Even the natural innate intelligence, you need to learn some things before
Yes.
you. So, and from what you said, to the AI tool needs to learn.
Yes.
So, which one? I mean, which one will you say has a better capacity, so to speak?
And you can't really say one has a better capacity because it depends on what you're trying to do and the tasks you're trying to probably get done. Okay. For instance, now you won't have AI help you empathize or console or tell you the right thing to say to somebody that is grieving, for example. That requires human touch, that requires human emotions. But then if you're talking of tasks that require efficiency, and then it requires you to probably do some things at scale, and then you have deliverables quickly, then AI will do that faster and quicker and better. One clear use case we all use it for today is writing. Okay, yes, some people will tell you that it has made us lazy in writing, but when you are trying to check for punctuation, grammatical errors, a lot of all those things, you do it in a breeze. But if you are still trying to probably put a context to your writing and you want it to sound like you now need to do extra work in prompting the AI like they normally say today, in ensuring that it gets to the kind of output and
That
end
you're
result that
expecting.
you want.
Interesting. So, I mean, it's a common saying that AI, or will I say that people say regularly that AI is not I mean, applications of AI is all around us, even decades before now.
Yes.
So can you give us maybe like 2 or 3 real life situations where AI applies? I mean, long before this 2, 3 year boss. Can you give us instances like that?
Okay.
Yeah.
I can think of one now. I
Okay.
hope I get others. If I don't
Okay.
get others right,
Okay.
we all go to the supermarket, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and we buy stuff. Let's say if you're going to buy toothpaste, you probably want to find toothbrush beside it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you find maybe bottled water,
Yeah.
or no, let you cornflakes and milk, cereal and milk, you will
Okay.
see that these supermarkets put them side by side
Yeah.
by each other.
Yeah.
But what if you now have ice cream side by side with I don't what will I say, maybe with I want to use something out of the ordinary,
Okay.
ice cream, and give me anything that doesn't go with ice cream
Uh,
that you find.
Maybe Gary.
Yes, ice cream and garri, they are odd. Okay, what if you go to the supermarket and you find that ice cream and garri are beside each other? They don't mix.
Yeah.
But what we fail to realize is that in the times past, a lot of these big supermarkets have used AI to sort of like figure out what items to put side by side in ensuring that customers that buy, there's a in mathematics there's a what they call correlation, meaning there's a relationship
Yeah.
between those two
Two or more
items,
elements.
but those relationships are not visible to your own eye. Like we said, cereal and milk, we've said okay, but toothpaste and toothbrushes, but then garri and ice cream,
Yeah.
they don't mix. What
Yeah.
they've done is that they've used data, all right, historical data, and they've used AI to determine which items should we put beside each other and when. Okay, so most of us don't know. You just go to the mall and you just pick up one item and you pick up the other. All right, and they've used that to drive sales many before this day and age. And there are quite a number, even the chatbots that we all see today. All right, the
Yeah.
conversational chatbots,
Yeah.
which is the most prevalent use
Yeah.
case of AI today, they've been around for quite a long time. Okay, because what, you don't talk to a human being at that time. You
Yeah.
go to a company's website, you ask a question, they simply take your question, check it with the response in the back end, and gives you an answer. We're not generating content then. We're just probably getting inquiries and answers
Yeah.
to what we need. So those were there are quite a number of others, but those were AI use cases that have always been with us for quite a while.
As you were talking, a use case just came to my mind too, and that was the Facebook.
Yeah.
Many of us use Facebook, and you just notice that they say people you may know,
Oh yes.
and you
yes.
just say, and
Yes.
it's trying to map your.
So they call that recommendation
Yes.
engines.
Yes.
Okay, so that it's even in the days of Amazon
Yeah.
and the likes,
Yeah.
those who buy this would also buy
Like,
that.
yeah.
So they've checked your data and then they've used it to recommend. Even before Netflix and the rest of them
Yeah.
became a thing, those were use cases that were very, very prevalent. They've just gotten better.
Okay. So a small business owner, let's say somebody who has a shop in Aja, or somebody who is just selling online or thereabout, might think that this thing these people are talking about is for big company. It does not concern me. Can you help us with what you think could be a very relatable application
Okay.
of AI to someone who, for example, is a tailor,
Okay.
has a small shop in his house, and is making clothes,
Okay.
and has been hearing AI, and like, okay, let me see how can I also leverage this AI that people are talking about. Do you have examples, or maybe you can even mention 1 or 2 tools or ways by which such person can leverage AI for productivity?
Funny enough, I was speaking somewhere last year. It was a festival for creatives. Creatives, those who were they were doing music, videos, and creatives, and I was speaking to them about how AI can also help transform their industries. And I recall when I was doing the research, the name of the particular AI tool has skipped me now, but it could edit videos. It could arrange music. All right, meaning that there are AI tools that can create videos, that can arrange music.
Wow.
So I know that for sure. The tailoring example that you gave, for instance, now, in terms of being able to match what a client would want with what they would wear, you can actually use AI for that. For an example that is very, very interesting to me, a company called Stitch Fix, not a Nigerian company. It's an American company. This was they started around 2017. That's like 8 or 9 years ago. So Stitch Fix were selling women's clothing. That's what they were selling. And what they did was that they infused AI at the foundation of their company formation. And what they did was very, very simple. So once they onboarded some of their clients, they would get surveys and get data of what those clients wanted. And then they hired people who called machine learning engineers, quite a lot of them, who are also practitioners in AI, who would now using the data, they would match what the clients would want to wear. More like they would use the data to sort of like predict, okay, this is what we think these clients would want. Okay. And they went a step further. I remember you said, I like the first question you said around, okay, capacity around AI and human intelligence. So they didn't just rely on the AI models that they have. Remember, this is 2017, before ChatGPT became a thing, and they were selling women's clothing. Women's clothing. So what they now did was that they now hired stylists who will take the output of the AI recommendation and now make a final judgment call. So it was like AI infused with human knowledge and understanding, all right, and they will now make a final recommendation to the customer. They will put it in boxes. They put 5 options. And they give the customers the chance to return maybe a couple of options that they didn't want. Guess what? This company made a killing. They made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow.
Because they had infused AI into what they were doing.
Wow.
And they grew from just women's clothing. Wow. They expanded. I heard they were even doing plus size. They went into men's clothing and everything. And this was 2020. People can Stitch Fix. That's the name of the company.
Wow.
It was just interesting that you said tailoring. And that was before the day and age of this. So you can imagine what people can do now. Today now. Meanwhile, we're not AI. This is real people talking.
Yeah, sure. Because it's also possible.
It's possible. So imagine you could create images of designs of what your clients would want. Use the data to sort of like match it to them. The possibilities of what people can do today creatively. Today now, all you need to do is to even send a text, a prompt. It will generate an image. I think I saw one recently where someone said, okay, he was testing the image of a Nigerian nurse and everything. Maybe wasn't getting the kind of, and like, okay, let me even try this. I tried one of the AI tools. I said, give me the picture of a Nigerian nurse. And lo and behold, he gave me a Nigerian nurse in white. And why I could resonate with that picture was like, my mom was a nurse before she retired. I had the picture that she always wore white with their caps and everything. That was the picture that the AI gave me. So imagine people using those tools
to
generate images, fine-tune their designs, match it with what clients want. And guess what? That is just one industry. One industry.
Interesting. So, the example you just gave now, I was just thinking, imagine someone that has never even been to a place and wants to make something for them.
Yes.
So let's say someone has never been to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Asks for how a Nigerian nurse looks and can get an accurate.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, but I still want us to, because I know that a lot of people that are listening to this, most of them could be, small business owners and things like that. And it might be a bit complicated, really, to say, okay, how do we apply this? How does this really work? So I want us to, or maybe what will help is this. Now, since something made AI popular, and I'm talking about generative AI, something made it popular, and that's ChatGPT. The release of ChatGPT just changed everything. And people would now say, it can create a book, it can do this, it can do that. People started trying endless things. But a lot of people are not able. So let's narrow our talk down to ChatGPT.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm doing that is because, there's a free version that anyone can use, and that has a lot of models in it. And there are others like DeepSync and the likes. Gemini and the likes. So in the midst of all this, I am a young person. I'm not too much techie or thereabout. How can I navigate using this for productivity?
Yeah.
So 3 use cases I want us to talk about. First one, as a student.
Okay.
How can I effectively use AI to become a better student? Number 2, as a career person. I work in an office, I do 9 to 5. And I want to use AI to become better in my craft. Then number 3 is as a business owner.
Person.
I'm a small business owner. I'm the only one, even though I will say us, secretary, everything, but I'm the one handling everything all around. How can I use generative AI to optimize and 10x or even 100x my results?
Or 1,000.
Or 1,000x my results. So let's pick it one after the other. If you can, yes.
Let me start with the students.
Okay.
It's important for everyone listening to this to realize that the likes of the Gen AI tools that we have today, ChatGPTs, Gemini, and the likes, they were trained with the data of the entire world. I'm going to repeat that. Those ChatGPTs and Geminis and the likes, they trained them with the entire data that exists in the whole world.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Which is why the computational power, that's why companies like Nvidia are rich today, because Nvidia gives them the hardware that powers a lot of this. Okay. So if you have a tool that is trained with the entire knowledge of the whole world, do you need to know everything in the whole world as a student?
No.
You don't. So what do you need to do? Use it to figure out the aspect of the knowledge that you need.
And so how can I do that?
Simple. A lot of all these tools allows you to converse in natural language.
Yes.
Just talk to it.
Okay.
Just chat, just prompt, ask it questions. If you're not getting, relate. Okay. There is no, one of the things I learned early enough during the rise of all this generative AI was, I was in a particular session and someone said that it's important that your prompts, what you tell these AI solutions out there, should be as comprehensive as possible. Meaning that don't just say, hi ChatGPT, I want to become a better student. That's short, that's vague. Hi ChatGPT, okay, I want you to act as my learning consultant. Okay, I'm trying to become a better student. Okay, I want to have a 6-month plan where I want to grow my proficiency as give me a major. What you use as an engineering student, for example, as a mechanical engineering student. Okay, I have a background, I already know this, but I'm struggling in this particular area. Okay, I need to get practical hands-on understanding of this particular area. Give me first and foremost, give me a 2-month plan that will help me accelerate my knowledge from this particular level to this particular level. You can say I'm just talking in natural language. And then show me the resources I need to. Okay, give me sample questions and approaches to answer. These are prompts. By the time you do that, it already has the knowledge. It has everything about mechanical engineering. It has learned it, they've trained it. It will bring what you have said, that aspect, to you. And then you take that output and simply use it.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
It's all in the prompt. Just describe to it. I'll give you a real life example. There was somebody I hired to do something for me 2 years ago. Okay, and I paid him money to do that stuff. A professional, do you get? Helped me out, and I was done. I now needed to repeat the same thing. Okay, and he needed to repeat. And I asked myself, how am I going to pay this guy the same money again? I said, there's ChatGPT now. I just went to ChatGPT and say, "Hi ChatGPT, I want to act as this guy." I did that thing, even though I did use a paid version of ChatGPT, I did it in 3 days. Whereas while with the guy, we spent about 3 months. About 3 months to achieve that. But just I think I paid just 1 month subscription of $20 on the ChatGPT. And I paid that guy much more than the equivalent of $20.
Definitely.
I finished it in 3 days. Simply because I used it. That was I think I probably answered the business question already now. Because you just need to for the aspect of your business in terms of the knowledge, the exposure. A lot of people now, even in content creation, social media and everything, nobody's really hiring everything because these things can do it for you. A lot of people are sitting in their homes getting jobs without even knowing their bosses. They've not seen their bosses
Physically.
because they are working with these tools and they are like small businesses on their own. Even if you look at even those that I know a lot of people might be listening to this now. How many people are going to the guys that will probably help you register a company to do a lot of documentation today? You just tell ChatGPT and all these tools and it gets it done for you, gives you the structure, gives you the format. So imagine that you could be a lawyer, own a law firm, and you are the only employee.
Exactly.
You are the only employee, no overheads, no office. Do you get? All you need is an internet subscription. You can work from anywhere. You have a laptop, and then instead of you asking your baby lawyers, or how do they call them, local clients, to work on this, ChatGPT and all these other
You have
things will do
something
it
more
for
effective.
you. But you are applying your own intelligence to ensure that the output is good. Because there's a flip side. There was one I heard that somebody used ChatGPT for a particular case, and ChatGPT gave him wrong references. The person now went to court.
Wow.
It was a disaster.
Wow. Interesting.
So that balance always needs to be there.
Okay, so I think I would just like to share a little of maybe of my own experience, and also to just drive home some of the things you have said. So I used to say that AI, especially generative AI, I see it as an extension of the human brain. Use it as an extra. So just assume that you got more, the way we used to buy hard drive or RAM. So assume that you just bought some more RAM
Helps
for
your
your brain
system to be faster.
But the problem is when you bought it is blank. You've not put anything in it. So it does not know you. The rest of your brain grew with you. So you had all the experience all through.
Expected to just pick everything in your
this is new to you. You have to first teach it.
Yes.
So what I used to tell people is, assume that, like you said, the artificial intelligence is more capable, faster, has a lot of data, has processed a lot of billions or gazillions of data.
It's huge.
You understand? So it has all that. But what you need to do first is to first teach it. So for example, let's say you are an engineer, and you want to, for example, create a course to teach people what you know in engineering. First, you need to tell it, I'm an engineer, I have 4 years, I studied this and this, my specialization is this, I have interest in this. I'm trying to teach these people specific information so that AI understands fully.
Gets a background
What you want to do. And when you go to that extent, you can now, for example, like you said, what you said, I've also done it a number of times. I think one of the examples is a legal issue, right? There are some legal documents I paid some people to do over the years, and I needed one urgently. I just picked 5 of the same documents that different people have done. I fed them to ChatGPT to say, go through these documents, understand the format, the tone, and everything, then come up with a new document with these details, using that format. Now, it did it in 5 minutes, the document. It even gave me the document in Word format.
Nice.
A lot of people don't even know that you don't even need to do copy and paste. You can tell it, I want this document in Excel. I want it in Word format. So it gave me the document in Word format. Do you understand? And when he gave me the document, All I did was I picked the document, gave it to a lawyer, somebody different. I just gave it to a lawyer. I said, help me go through this document. Help me proofread it.
Sure.
He went through the document. He went through the document, said, this document is
Solid.
solid. That who helped me put it together. I just smiled.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. I just smiled. I said, don't worry. Then took the document and used it for what I wanted to do. And I've had instances of doing things like that over and over and over again.
That's
Do you understand? So
AI.
whether you are a business owner, you're a career person. I used to tell, for example, I was watching the CEO of a company, and I can't remember the name of that company. He was saying that if you apply to their company and you don't use AI in your application, they can't accept you. He said they can't take you. He said you apply to their company and you didn't use AI, they can't accept you.
So that means they have the requirement that
the
they want
people,
use
the only people they
AI.
can pick are because when you are using AI, they see that you are somebody who is working effectively.
Yeah.
You are someone who is leveraging technology to work effectively.
Yeah.
Before AI, for example, I could Google search maybe 30 times in a day. Every small thing, I just go to search and search and search. With AI now, I don't even think I put anything in Google anymore.
Nah, search is almost dead.
It's almost dead, because I now have a bank that I can trust a little more to give me the same set of information. So it's the same thing. So you are a 9 to 5 person at work, you are asked to do a document. Then you go back to your oga to say, please, that document, what's the meaning or how it will it look like? No, that's stupid.
All you need is just the context.
Just go back. You understand? No, there are some questions.
You should be doing documents.
There are some questions.
Everyone.
Generally, there are some questions you should not even ask anymore. You join a new company, they are talking about a term or something that you are not familiar with. Don't ask somebody around. Don't say, that thing, what's the meaning? Ask AI.
Yeah.
Make it your companion, make it your person that you work, hand in hand with, and your productivity definitely is going to increase. So I want to ask you, which of these generative AI platforms is your own favorite and why?
Is there a favorite?
I mean, maybe based on your experience.
For any of them.
Well, it's not adverts now, so maybe you are just recommending so people can also know which one to go for.
I think they all have different because practically I use I spoke about ChatGPT and the paid version for that project I did. Okay. Then I use Microsoft Copilot as well. Use that a lot at work. Okay. And then I use Google Gemini.
That's also available for free. I'm just pointing out.
Copilot is available on the Edge browser for free.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you want to integrate it to the Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, Word, and all of that, you need to pay money for that one. But the one on the Edge browser is free, so you can use that. Okay. So I use that a lot at work for because if I'm working on a document, let's say from an email to a PowerPoint slide, you want to Microsoft Word, that integrates. So I use that for that. But if I really want context, the GPT model on ChatGPT that's still the one that is closest to, at least for me, to what I want in terms of the level of thinking. Okay, I found out that whenever when I give it a prompt, it gives me what I'm always closest to what I'm looking for. Unlike the others, you just have to keep on prompting after a while. Then Gemini does images, not better. Okay, and maybe because I don't use the paid version of ChatGPT for images. I have a paid version of Gemini that I use for images. It gives me the nurse one. I use Gemini. There was even one that I created for International Women's Day this year. I had given me, I told it create an image of women in tech for me. It gave me those are not of African descent. I said, give me the context. And by the time I saw the image, I was like, okay. They look like
like what you're
they look like real African women. But the funny thing was that they were not real people. So it's Gemini image generation gives close to with one prompt, you can create real life images. There's even one interesting website our listeners can go and check it out. This person does not exist.com.
This person does not exist.
I think I heard it for the first time last year. Every minute you refresh, it will give you the image of somebody that does not exist.
Interesting.
People can check it now. This person does not exist.com. So each time you check it, anybody you are seeing is not it's a human, but they don't exist.
It's a generated picture.
It's a generated picture. So you can see that, and there are still other AI tools that do different things. The thing is that you just need to find the one that works for you. And if you don't know the one that works for you, ask AI to tell you.
To tell you which one. Interesting.
Which AI should be the best tool I should use, even though I'm sure some of them might be biased. Because I think people did that with DeepSeek.
Yes.
They were trying to, I think they were trying to force ChatGPT on it, but I think the makers just put a default or something as well.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm still breaking it down. So the word data, right, sounds like, when they talk about data, analyzing data, it sounds quite big for someone running a small venture.
Yeah.
Right? Sounds like when they say data, we are running data, blah, blah, blah. So what will you say for someone, let's say someone who has a small bakery? Yes.
Okay.
How does data apply to such person? What data does that person have or could have that they can say they are analyzing or they are working on?
Even before a baker or bakery is analyzing data, the first thing they need to realize is that if you're running a bakery, you are sitting on data already. And
so which data is flour that they see?
Wait now.
Okay.
So you are buying flour.
Yes.
What quantity of flour are you buying? How long does it last? What price did you buy it this month? What price did you buy it last month? How long does it take for the stock to finish? Okay. Who are the suppliers? All right. What is the change in cost? But that's just even flour. You will buy sugar, you buy butter, you buy eggs, the oven and all of that one. What is the turnover? Your cost to income, is it profitable for you at that particular cost, at that particular how many loaves of bread do you make based on your stock? Okay. Even how long does it take you to sell and generate revenue to restock? Who are your top customers? Okay. Are you a registered bakery? If not, where are your registration documents? Okay. Are you expected to be paying tax? Where are your invoices? Do you have staff? Are you paying them? Okay. What is the background of your staff? What is their skill level? How old are they? Where do they live? I can go on and on and on. There is data any and everywhere. It's everywhere. You just need to start from somewhere. Start from somewhere to start to even collect this data. And even if the best way you can start is biro and paper, start to write things down. Start to keep a journal of things. Start to write your stock, your purchase, your orders, delivery, your schedule. Start to write it down. Then even as you get sophisticated, or you have someone that is sophisticated in your organization, let them transfer it to simple tools like Excel. And then gradually, you can start to set yourself up to even start to analyze data. But for people to say that they don't know what data is around any and everywhere. We generate it every second, every single second.
Okay, that's, thank you very much for that. What I wanted to say in addition is, so for somebody like that, you run a bakery, you hear data, you don't know how it applies to you. You can also ask ChatGPT to say, okay, I run a bakery. This is my bakery. This is what we do.
Yeah.
What kind of data can I collect?
Exactly.
It will help you list them.
Exactly.
When you collect the data and you don't even know how to use Excel or whatever, like you said, you can feed those data back to ChatGPT and say, this is the data I have collected in 1 month, in 6 months. Help me make sense of it.
Let me even tell
you. And it will still help you make sense
Let
I
me
give
tell you
you
something that happened to me
yeah
on today is what now? Today is
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah,
That will be on Thursday,
yeah,
just 2 days ago.
yeah.
All right. I went to an event, okay, and I've forgotten his portfolio. He's a commissioner in Lagos State. He's Mr. Dele Alake's son.
Oh, okay.
So he was speaking and everything,
Mm,
and I just had like a thought around something, and I just took a pen and a paper,
mm,
and I started writing my thoughts
mm,
out.
mm,
I wrote it out,
mm,
all right, just maybe half a page.
mm,
And I needed to translate that thing, and I had an idea for a newsletter.
mm,
Okay, I write a newsletter on my
yeah,
LinkedIn page, and I
mm,
okay, and I'd written the initial thoughts, biro and paper,
mm,
nothing else.
mm,
And I just remembered, okay, it's AI age, and I brought out my phone.
mm,
I took a picture,
mm,
and I brought out still on my phone right there. Open ChatGPT, uploaded the picture on ChatGPT,
mm,
and I wrote a prompt,
mm,
and I used those thoughts, and I created a newsletter.
mm.
Used AI to generate an image. The next day, I had made that post.
Interesting. Interesting.
This was just 2 days ago.
Mm,
So imagine somebody that's probably writing. So even that bit of writing, that because the AI tools we have today, they can understand images,
yes.
even your writing.
Yes. A
So
lot.
you don't need to wait
A
till
lot.
you
Yeah.
even type in everything. Just take a picture.
Yeah.
Things have gotten easier and sophisticated these days that you can. There's so much you can do. So really, people can't say that they don't know where to start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just start from
Yeah.
wherever you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
The data you are generating, what you are writing, and like you said, by the time you feed it into these tools, and they are free ones, you don't even need to
Yes.
pay.
Yes.
That can start to give you the stepping stone of using this
Of
to
what
drive
you
your
do.
business, your school, or your career.
Interesting. I mean, as you were talking, I remember a use case that I had. So one of the businesses I run, we bought a machine from China.
Yeah.
And ideally, we call an installer to come. Each time the installer comes,
I will
we
collect
50,000 naira.
collect correct money.
He had come about 7 times and was not able to figure out how to install the software. This machine. He would try, watch YouTube, do everything, and we pay him each time that he comes. He just got to a point, just said, let me go and try. I got there, took a picture of the board, of the control board. The ChatGPT didn't even know the model or anything. I just told you, this is what this thing does. This is the board. I just sent it. One of the main challenge we have is that everything on the board is written in Chinese. That's one of the main challenge the guy had. So he first helped me translate the language. Then he started teaching me, connect this to this, connect that to that, connect this to this. I just kept following those instructions. And at the end of the day, I fully installed the
Hope you paid yourself. Hope you paid yourself the 50,000.
is our business. At the end of the day, I fully installed the software, the machine. Going forward, I just stopped calling anybody to come and help us to do anything.
AI took that guy's
By standard. You know the interesting thing? I now told the same AI to say, this process you taught me, I want to teach our own engineers because we have engineers internally.
Okay.
So I want to teach them to do this installation. Let me break it down for them in a way they will understand. It wrote it, put it in Word format. I just took it, converted to PDF, and gave to our engineer. That's what our engineers use today
give you
to install the same thing.
better manual.
Do you understand? So you could save a lot of money by leveraging. I have somebody who's like a friend who started a business. So on his website, he put 5 people in our team. He's the only real person.
Okay.
The remaining 4 are AI characters. So what he always do is he will create a new chart, give that chart a name and a role. So he could say Michael, and say, Michael, you are our chief marketing officer at this startup. And say, this is your role, and put everything that Michael needs to do there. Then it opens another chart and says, Cindy, you are our finance advisor. You know, he did that for 4 other roles. The interesting thing is that now ChatGPT can even do reminders. People don't know. If you tell it that by 9 p.m. tomorrow, I want you to send something to me, by that 9 p.m. it will send it.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that.
no, I've been using that for like 2 weeks now. In fact, all my daily reminders, I put it on ChatGPT. I just say, remind me to do this, remind me to do that. And at that time, I get an email and a message from ChatGPT reminding me to do those things.
Okay.
So he's using all of that and he's not paying anybody and he's getting the productivity of 5 people
Nice.
on his business. So it's just to one. There's a Yoruba adage that say is that cotton is not heavy, but I mean it depends on the amount of it that you take. So if you take a little cotton, you say it's not heavy. But if you take cotton that is full, that is as much as this whole room, then you know that it's actually heavy. So if you just want to be on the surface, you just use ChatGPT to say, let's just be greeting each other.
Nah.
There was an image trend that people were making then. This Gibbet image that they were doing like cartoon image.
Yeah,
Now,
I remember.
if that's all what you want to do, it will do that for you.
Get a good one.
It will do that for you. But if you want to go all out to hack real productivity, there are people leveraging ChatGPT and making millions off what it's doing for them, and they're only paying just a token. I have to.
And some don't pay at all.
Some don't even pay at all. I have 2 secrets I want to share before the end of this. I will share it. Just 2 things that would help people, in line of this. My next question is this. Something we've been hearing, AI will take job.
But you've been
AI
saying
will
it
take
now.
job. AI will take
You've
job.
given us examples of AI taking jobs already. We've said it. I gave one. I've given like more than one. You've given as well.
So you are saying that AI will take jobs.
It's taking jobs
It's
already.
taking jobs. So what should people do? AI is taking people's jobs. So what should people do? We are trying to reduce unemployment. AI is increasing unemployment.
I don't think so.
So how do we handle it? How do we
I was
manage
listening
that?
to a professor of change management last year.
Yeah.
And she was taking us through the industrial age. Even before automobiles came and everything, how some jobs went, even when we got into the computer age, some jobs went. And the closest one I can think about is that I remember a time when they would say, okay, you have to be computer literate.
Yeah.
Or you need to
You now
know
begin to
office.
put it in your CV.
But
Office proficient.
nobody does that anymore because
Yeah.
you're expected to have it.
Yeah.
Okay. There were people they used to teach you how to type. What happens to those that they used to do that course? I don't want to believe they do that course in school. Is it business? Those guys that learn typing, there was a course in university and in polytechnics for it. I don't know, do you remember? There was a particular course people used to learn how to type and even how you move. I don't know whether people in today's age have seen a
typewriter or used one.
People used to go and learn it.
Shorthand.
Yes, meaning that they were teaching it in school. There were lecturers, there were all sorts.
Yeah.
The question is, where are all those jobs today?
Gone.
But people are still alive now. People are still rolling. So the same way, we've given examples of how AI is taking people's jobs already. Okay? Will AI take some jobs? Let's not kid ourselves.
Is it some or a lot?
Let's just leave it as some for now. Will AI take some jobs?
Is it some or a lot?
And we'll quantify some later.
Because like the examples you've given, those are some.
As a data person, I don't have a quantitative.
It's looking like a very big sum.
We don't know.
Okay.
Do you get? As a data person,
okay,
I don't have anything quantitative.
Okay.
So it's still safer to say some. It will take some jobs. So what will happen is that a lot more jobs will come up, and it's already happening. A lot more jobs will come up. A lot more businesses will thrive. A lot more people will create things. So it's more of you that you are still dilly-dallying on, okay, how do I start to use this? It's just probably going to sweep you by. Whereas the people that have embraced it and started using it will probably make a killing in their business and in their careers.
Okay, so my next question, like a follow-up question to that, would be if I do a job that it's likely that AI will take. And before I say that, I just had somebody maybe some days ago. He said that If AI can do it better, we shouldn't be doing it. So, like, if you are working somewhere on your job and you know that this thing AI will do it better, then you should not be found there, right? I think I've already answered my own question, but I want you to put a bit more context. If my career, my role, or what I'm doing currently is something that AI completely can do way better, what should I be doing? Should I just go and find another job? Should I upscale? What should I do? If I'm directly, and maybe we can mention some of those jobs that we think AI will completely just take over. So maybe we can mention some of them if you can.
Honestly, I'd rather not even mention because we are still evolving in what AI is going to become. Okay. I think that for people in that particular situation, what they need to do is to, there are some things AI can do.
Sure.
Soft skills, emotion, empathy, things that make us human beings. You can't teach some of those things. Okay, I manage a team of over 20 people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There are times I'm trying to probably send a message, write up something. I can do AI in the course of my work to get it back better. But recently, one of my team members has been going through a particular illness, having malaria up and down. AI cannot help me interact and be a leader to her in that particular point. I had to empathize, I had to call, I had to follow up, I had to check in, I had to encourage, I had to do things that makes me a human being. I had to be a leader to her. I can't do that one for me. Even if you have a robot that you have trained to do that, where's the human touch out of it?
Yeah.
You cannot mortgage that human side of who we are. So depending, people now need to understand in the industries, the roles, the jobs that they are in. If you're in the medical profession, for example, then in the hospital, if a patient needs, apart from probably the diagnosis and everything, yeah, I can help with that. There's just pretty much foundational care. You can't teach that. That ability to care for people whilst they are getting better. If you have that side tied down, I know in Nigeria now, they even say that nurses are the most wicked. Please do not
Allegedly.
not cascade any nurses. But imagine people that have that human aspect to them and they now have the AI bit. They are unbeatable. Meaning that in the technical part of the job and even the competence and the capability, you have it on lockdown, being able to be productive. But then that human side of it, being able to motivate, talk to people, encourage people, and then even empathize. So it's the soft side of things. So people need to, more like you need to be very, very aware of your role and be telling yourself the truth. This job that I'm doing, will AI do it better? If the answer is yes, maybe you need to start to think about how to add to what you can do. Okay, today people are writing software. People are, I was listening to
coding.
I was listening to the MD CEO of Google. I think it was Google. I know the name, but I don't want to murder the pronunciation. And I think it was no, it wasn't even CEO of Google, it was Microsoft. Satya Nadella. I can pronounce his own well. So it was Satya Nadella. And he was saying that majority of their codes today, even in Microsoft, is written by AI.
Wow.
He was saying majority of their own codes in Microsoft, even AI was even checking and validating codes for them. So if that is happening, and you are saying that I'm the best JavaScript person, stay there, and you will sleep there. But you must be asking yourself, if I'm a software developer, what other things can I add to my role? What other things can make me different? Is it the way that I pitch my output? Is it the way that I tell the stories? There are different things that people need to now add to their jobs. So you don't just wake up one day, because think about it now. If I'm a CEO and I have 100 software developers, and then I now realize that AI can make us more efficient, quicker to the market, and then reduce costs. the sad thing is that you have to fire some people.
Exactly.
That's the sad thing, but it's the truth. So what should those software developers be doing? Either I become the all-round best. Let me even use one word that does not exist. The all-round bestest software developer.
Yeah.
Like you know that yes, AI can do that, but nobody can replicate this guy.
Yeah.
That is what people need to be adding to themselves today to make sure that they stay afloat and stay up to date.
Interesting. So to just recap what you said, I mean, whatever your role, whatever your industry, you need to effectively ensure that you are leveraging AI to be better.
Yeah.
Then that you are a master in other things AI cannot do.
Yes, exactly.
So those two things are your responsibility if you want to be exceptional. Leverage AI. I mean, nobody should be left out. About 25 years ago, if you enter most offices, maybe there will be one computer in the whole office. The rest is typewriter or nothing. But today, I don't think that a matured person that is doing official work in any capacity will not have a laptop.
It's a given now.
It's a given now.
Children have laptops.
Yes, you know, those days it wasn't. So
Children have laptops
now we can still be choosing here and say, I'll do it, I won't do, I will do it, I won't do. In some years to come, it becomes a given also.
Yeah.
But if you are caught behind, if you are left behind, then I mean, it won't be a very good experience. So if you have not gotten on board, if you have not gotten on track, then this is the right time for you to begin to familiarize yourself. Okay, my next and I think final question would be, okay, now I've heard everything you've said. I used to think that AI is something from the devil. Um, and I've not considered touching it. Or let's even talk about that a little. You know, do you think AI is devil's strategy to make people, you know, to create another god? Or how do I put it? So, do you think AI is a tool from the devil sent to the earth to make us lazy and not do things the proper way?
I'll answer it the way I answered your very first question.
Yeah.
Intelligence is synonymous to who? Human beings. Who made human beings?
God.
It was not the devil. All right. So if
maybe devil, so God made the original intelligence. Devil now made artificial intelligence.
So why are we learning? Why are we in schools? Why have we evolved as human beings? Why have we adapted? Why have we come to the point where we've created too many things? We've had many breakthroughs. We have found cures for diseases and everything. That's the intelligence of man based on the blessing of God already. So AI is just
the intelligence of man found cloning, and they said they should not go ahead. They banned it.
But
so it's the intelligence of man. Why?
So it's still of God. Yes. Can there be those that will go off point? Yeah, maybe. I think somebody even said, I saw something crazy sometime last year around. Someone asked ChatGPT if you were the God or if you were the devil.
I've seen that they say if you are the devil, how will you get into the youth of this age or something?
But it's just the way. Funny enough, I was listening to my wife in a session she was taking today. She was talking about Bible study and some people should get more versions of Bible to know what. And I just started to realize that I remember those concordance in those days.
Yeah.
It was just your pastor that used to have the concordance. Yeah. And some of us were not we want to buy all this concordance. You know, with the Greek and the this. That knowledge is democratized today.
Yes.
You don't need
at one
you have tools now that will break everything down. Meaning that we've gotten to that point where we can know about that better.
Even ChatGPT will give you Bible verse in any translation.
So what are we saying? So if that's the case, use it for good. Use it for things that benefit yourself, your family, your career, humanity. That's what you need to use it
Interesting.
for. And those that want to use it for
the other ways,
then they will meet the creator on their own path.
Interesting. Like one philosopher said, he said guns don't kill people. It's people that kill people.
People make guns.
So the gun is a tool.
Now people sit down.
You can use it
People
rightly.
sit down now
use
with
it
guns and just control and send this message.
Yes, so
It's not
interesting.
I used to say to people that chivalry was when people are fighting sword with sword, but now
that one no.
somebody
no need of all that.
is in Kafanchan sending something to China.
Yes, so interesting. Okay, so let's say for people listening to us, those of them that let's say they are not very conversant with all of this,
Yeah.
so they've had all of this. They said, okay, I want to begin to leverage AI. I want to begin to use it in my business for work, for everything. Can you give like a step to step going from 100% beginner
Okay.
to an average person who can leverage and use AI confidently? Do you have like a step to step of what things? And the reason why I'm asking is that people many times want direction. They want stepwise things that they can follow. Do you get the point? It's easy for us to just say, no, you just go and do, you just go and do. But a lot of people want step by step. Okay, first go and do this. Then after go and do this.
Yeah.
Then after go and do this. What step by step practice can you recommend in that regard?
First step, this podcast.
Okay.
Listen to it again. Have you?
Okay. Step
Listen
one.
to it again.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Step two. Sign up for ChatGPT. Almost everybody has a mobile phone today.
Yes.
Download it on your phone as well. Okay. Step three. Simple prompts. And if you are listening, you can write this down. Hello ChatGPT. You can greet it. Okay. I don't know anything about
God bless you.
AI.
UI is the family.
I don't know anything about AI. Okay. Give me a simple 30-day plan for me to learn all I need to know about AI.
Even add context to it, who you are. So it will. So I'm a student. I'm a farmer. I'm a doctor. I want to
You don't want
learn.
to use the context. Since we say you don't know anything,
Just generic.
just tell me all I need to know. I don't know anything. That's the context. I don't even know anything about AI. Give me 30 days even long. Give me a 7-day plan. Give me 7-day plan and put it in a Microsoft Word document that I can read to learn all I need to know and live from point one to point two. Start there.
Interesting.
If you do that, start there. Trust me, you're already better than a lot of people.
Amazing. What I would just like to add, I as a person in the last 6-7 months, I've been leveraging a lot AI, and I cannot physically quantify how much it has really helped me, my work, my life, my business, and everything. So I'm giving testimony, right? That is something. Don't just scratch the surface. The good thing is that you don't need to go and pay for a course somewhere. You don't need to go and do something. The same tool has the capacity to also give you what you need to attain mastery in it, to the extent that people will see difference in your life. People will see difference in your productivity just by doing that. And you can start this night. You can start immediately after watching this podcast. You can get started and you begin to see the difference. Before we take closing remark for you, I said I have two things I wanted to share. Two cheat codes that I've had for a long time that I want to share. The first is a website. That website has more than 5,000, if I'm not mistaken, AI tools that exist. Somebody decided to build a repository for all AI tools that is everywhere, whether it's free, whether it's paid. There are AI tools that can create music for you. There's AI tool that can create beats. There's AI tool that can denoise audio. There's AI tool that can edit video. There are AI tools that can do your social media manager. There are AI tools that can do project management for you. There are AI tools that can be your lawyer. There are AI tools that can be your personal assistant. Just think about it. There are AI tools that can be your fitness partner and or trainer, and all of these are, many of them are free, some of them are paid. So the website is, there is an AI for this. Just, there is an AI for this.com. But if you can't type that, just go to Google and type there's an AI for this. Type it together as one word. It will take you to the website. Open the website. Enter what exactly you are looking for. You will see tons of solutions. So I don't disturb myself to go and look for AI to AI. I just go there.
There's
and
an
put
AI for this.
what. And the interesting thing is, there is almost nothing I have not. Even your Bible study teacher, there is AI that will do that. Do you understand? If you want to even know more about God, it's interesting, but there is an AI tool that can help you create guides. I mean, just about anything. If you want to be a better parent, there is an AI tool that would help you and work with you to ensure that you're better. It's just so crazy. So please go on it. There's an AI for this.com. You will find thousands of AI tools. That's an update that I just casted for you now, cheaply, because you are watching us. The second one is how to subscribe for ChatGPT cheaply. So I've been using ChatGPT Premium for many years, and I easily just found a way to subscribe for ChatGPT, and it's cheap. And I found out that by using the mobile app, subscribing on the mobile app is way cheaper than going to the website. So if you go to the website, you're going to pay $20, which is going to cost you about 30 something thousand naira. But if you go inside the mobile app and do it from the mobile app, it is fixed at 16,500 naira. So you're going to pay 16,500 naira.
That's like half.
That's like half. And I think what they did is they fixed it at that naira price before naira started falling.
Okay.
And they just decided to leave it, and we pray they don't change it. So that's the second update for you that you can also leverage to start on this journey. And I'm sure if you can, I will recommend that you get on the premium side of it, and you will really love that. So final words from you as we close up today. I mean, there's still a lot to talk about.
We can't finish it.
We can definitely cannot finish
There's
it.
always a lot.
Definitely. So, I mean, final advice or recommendations or suggestions from you as we bring this to a close.
We've said a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't leave it in the realm of thought. Just act and find a way to start to use it today. We don't know what. Don't even think far. Okay. In the next 12 months, there's going to still be a lot of advancements. So at the end of the day, you don't want to be playing catch up. So we don't know. We can't plan to. I listened to someone recently that said that in their company, they don't go beyond the 3 months plan now because they don't know what is going to overtake them in 3 months.
Yeah.
So
even 3 months is a long time.
It's a long time. So really, you need to start. You need to start in one way now, so that by the time you'll be surprised that by the time between now and December is that already 7 months.
Yes.
If you start now, you realize that in December you just look back like, oh, okay, I've grown.
You are a guru.
So the time to start now is now. Rather, the time to start is now.
Great. So, like you said, AI is not a posing scheme. It's not crypto. It's not, some people will say, I'm not joining them to do, it's not something you join them to do. It's a new advancement in technology, just like we've moved from typewriter to computers, from computer to internet, from internet, we are adding AI to it. And it will continue to move in that trajectory. If you didn't excuse yourself in the computer age, and you didn't excuse yourself in the internet age, know that you cannot also excuse yourself in the AI age. So the earlier you get, and like he said, action, act. Don't just talk and say, I've had it. They say AI is good, though, I've had. I will get on it. No, act. This moment, immediately after watching this, get on, do something, do a plan. For example, you don't have a daily plan. Tell AI to help you to do a weekly plan or whatever, and it will bring out brilliant stuff that you can work with. But remember, it is a give and take system. You can't just go to accept to take if you have not given. You need to feed it with information. You need to feed it with context. You need to give it references. You need to assign it roles. You need to assign it duty tasks so that it completely understand you, because it's not human. So it cannot think like humans are. And once you've done that, you get the best out of it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
for this session. Thank you so much for coming. I mean, we've been planning this for a while, and I'm very happy that eventually
Finally.
we are able to start. And now that we've started, there's no stopping.
Yeah.
We'll keep going, we'll keep going. And I know that probably, definitely, we would have another time that we'll call you. It might not be this topic, it might be something else. And I'm sure that you'll be willing to show up again.
No problem.
Maybe next time you could even be sitting in these seats, taking on another guest that we have. So on that note, I would say thank you everyone for watching, and thank you everyone for following. It's been such an amazing experience so far, and we watch out for the Ennova Network webinar series. We'll have these once every month. The Ennova Network is a group of people people who believe in God, but have interest, knowledge, and capacity in technology, business, and career. So if you do any of those three, you can join the Ennova Network. More information will be on our YouTube page on how to be a member. We are interdenominational. You can join us from anywhere in the world. You can join us irrespective of who you are. I mean, wherever you are, we are happy to have you join us. Come, let's do great stuff together, right? So until next time, my name again is Temitayo Diadem Adegoke, and I'm your host for today. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful time.